stunning view of Capitol Hill from high above. We're here in the seat of the U.S. government, Washington, D.C. The NBA on 2K Sports. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Chris Webber's joining us at the broadcast table alongside Greg Anthony and David Aldridge on the sideline. This is Kevin Harlan. A chance now to check out how the All-Star voting is shaping up.
And I tell you, the excitement's starting to ratchet up a little bit as the tallies start coming in.
You look at Mitchell. He's among the top 10 in the voting in the Western Conference. The fans rewarding him for a tremendous season so far.
And I'm sure he's grateful for that. But, Kevin, I know what he really wants is a spot in that starting lineup.
A great All-Star weekend it'll be. We'll keep you updated as we get closer. And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Well, for Bradley Beal, it all started with his shot. His mom was a great athlete in her own right, and she coached him. By age 7, he was making high school range threes. He said, "I just run from arc to arc. I loved it because you knew you had to guard me all the way out there. Everywhere I went, it was shooter, shooter. My name became shooter." Kevin, it still is.
It sure is. Thanks, David. Chris, tonight, two offenses that love to slow it down and then set it up. What was your favorite half-court play, for instance?
Oh, wow. Well, for me, it's a play called turn 4 or 5. And depending on if I was the 4 or the 5, that means that you have a guard come out. He spins out. He comes out on the wing, and he throws it into you. And then it's your job to go to work or to find a double team. So it's almost like being that point forward off the box. So any play that was called for myself in the half court, you know, was my favorite play.
Right. I can see the play in my mind right now as you're describing it, actually.
Here we go.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup. Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. Davis is out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 3 spot. And for the Wizards, Wagner out there with Bryant. Then there's Ish Smith. Then there's Bradley Beal. And it's Wall in at the 2 guard. Here's Wagner over Davis. Gobert with the block. Outside Conley. That 3 off the mark. And the Wizards with possession. Smith the pass to Wagner. Let's go. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time.
Well, this is what Smith does best, keeping his eyes moving to set up the open man.
And Utah has possession. And here is Conley. Last game we saw him score 14. Here's Gobert, and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Count that bucket. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Conley against Smith. Outside, Wall. And that shot misses everything. Air ball on the 3. The drive by Mitchell. Wall with a block.
Wall, I mean, one of the things that's underrated is that he's an insane athlete. Right there, he's just showing what an incredible defender he is with these type of blocks. The D hanging tough and stopping what would normally have been an easy lay-in.
There's the steal. And Wall with the slam.
Wall is a tenacious warrior. He's a high-flying dunking machine, especially off the drive, thanks to his leaping ability.
Here's Mitchell. He's coming off a 34-point game against Charlotte. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Outside Conley. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Gobert kicks to Mitchell. Second shot opportunity. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line. And you look back at that 2013 draft, just call it the year of the sleeper Euro. Giannis Antetokounmpo taken 15th, and this guy, Rudy Gobert, selected with the 27th pick.
The free throw drops for Gobert. And, you know, Greg, hindsight always being 20/20. But Greek Freak and Gobert probably go first and second in that 2013 draft.
Yeah, and Steven Adams probably top 4. The common thread, all of them play a hard-nosed style, not something that's always associated with foreign-born players, but they're erasing that perception.
Now here's Beal. Turned in an outstanding game against Atlanta. Back to Smith. The 3-ball. The shot misses. Good work defensively by Conley. Bogdanovich passes to Mitchell. Second chance shot. No good at the rim.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
I mean, wow. The scoring ability of Beal is so impressive. Yeah, Kevin, and it didn't happen overnight, but it's clear that Bradley Beal is a franchise player. I mean, he's worked on his game year to year, and now he's a superstar in this league.
Throw good, Beal. And Chris, with Beal, it's in large part due to how he has expanded his game, which means he now impacts the game more.
Yeah. Well, Beal moves so much on both offense and defense. He's a very active player. He's never passive on the floor, and he looks for ways to inject himself into games.
And out of bounds as the Wizards gain possession. So it's the Wizards now. It's Bryant, high post. Passes to Wagner. Over Davis. Wagner can't hit. And so Gobert will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. It's a 3-point game. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
Yeah, I mean, we saw them do a little bit of everything in that game. Showed a lot of versatility.
Yeah, the offense looked cohesive last night. Whatever challenge the opposition presented, they answered with confidence.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Here's Mitchell following the basket by John Wall. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Smith against Conley. Smith kicks to Beal. Back to Smith. To the middle. Here's Wall. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And boy, are they attacking the paint.
Well, it has been a long road back from injury for John Wall, Greg. The heel issue followed by the Achilles tear.
And you just hope that Wall can make a full recovery and get back to the player he once was. Provides so much with his speed and playmaking as well as scoring.
Chris, if your team's style of play doesn't seem to be working, do you still have time within a season to change it?
There's always time, as long as everyone is on the same page. And if something's not working, the worst thing you can do is to keep going in that direction. You need to bring everyone in, let them know the mistakes that we've made, let them know our new outlook, and ask everyone, are they in on it? And if they're not, those guys that aren't in on it, you stay in the locker room. We'll be back after the game. And if everyone's in on it, we're going to have a heck of a time. We're going to have a heck of a time because now we have a new outlook. And sometimes with a new outlook, it brings positive energy.
Mitchell's shot is good.
Showing the quickness right there. Just tough to keep up with it.
Wizards leading by 4. Now Beal. And we know he can score. He's averaging around 21.5 points a game. No one near Smith as he lets it go. And another miss by Washington.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
He has shot them in the foot with his inability to make shots tonight.
Now here's Beal following the miss by Donovan Mitchell. And now here comes Conley leading the break over Wall. They get the rebound. Pass to Mitchell. Now Bogdanovich. 6 on the shot clock. The pass to Mitchell. Takes a 3. Bryant with the rebound.
It's been a really tough quarter for him. I mean, he cannot get his shots to drop.
The shot's good from Smith.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Conley with it. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. On the wing, Mitchell. Gobert dishes to Mitchell. Back to Gobert. The Jazz working the ball around now. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. He's covered by Beal. They get it back. Gobert. And there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
There's that passion of his, battling with every ounce of energy he has.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington. Well, they call Rudy Gobert the Stifle Tower, probably the game's most dominant rim protector.
And in today's game, that's not enough. You also have to come out of the paint and defend smaller players in switches. He straddles those two needs better than anyone in the league.
Bertans, he's checked in for Washington. Napier comes in for Smith. And a switcher also for Utah. Clarkson's checked in. Napier feeling it out a bit. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there. Almost halfway through the season, let's check out the standings in the East. You look at Washington. They're way down there in the conference standings, looking for a lot of improvement during the second half of the season.
And you know, for the Wizards, they've had such a disappointing season. Even when they've gotten a little bit of momentum, they haven't been able to keep it going.
No, and it's frustrating. It's frustrating to everyone, the players, the coaches, the fans. I mean, there was the idea that they might struggle, but now reality is setting in.
Emmanuel Mudiay's checked in for Utah. Scooped up. Here's Gobert. Makes it off the glass. Gobert's got 8 points.
The tenacity on that interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
Napier passes to Beal. Rebound, Utah.
He usually takes advantage of D like that. Should have been a simple layup.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And the Utah Jazz, not exactly a magnet for big-name free agents, Greg, but for their young star, Donovan Mitchell, it has been a perfect fit.
You know, they needed a scorer. He's played big minutes from day one and really thrived in that role.
The first free throw is good.
And you ask around, his coaches and teammates love Donovan Mitchell. The way he carries himself, really infectious, upbeat, but also a born competitor.
George Niang, he's checked in for Davis. That one is no good. And going into the 2017 draft, Mitchell was a sleeper. Maybe even Greg to himself, he wasn't sure he was ready to make that leap.
And you know, Kevin, it was the NBA players he was working out with in the summertime who told him, man, you're ready right now. And a season that saw him second in Rookie of the Year votes validated that and built his confidence.
Here's Mitchell. Following the basket by John Wall. It's deflected. And Wall with the slam.
Look, you can't allow Wall to get a lane to the rim. He's too fast.
Jazz trail by 5. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Mudiay.
And with the break here, let's look at the stats for Rudy Gobert. He's putting up 13 points a game, 20 rebounds, and over 3.5 blocks. And what sets him apart is his rebounding. And as you can see, he's been in peak form.
This last stretch, unbelievable tenacity going to the glass. It's been reflected in that stat sheet.
Here's Bertans for three. Utah with the rebound. Gobert's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Mitchell kicks to Mudiay. Back to Mitchell. Pass to Niang. Three-pointer. He can't get it to go. And Washington the other way now. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
And guys, they walked into the arena with a certain kind of swagger, and we really saw it play out on the offensive end.
They looked totally in sync, GA. I mean, they knew what they wanted to accomplish, and then they went out there and did it.
Now, here's Mitchell. He's a guy we see deliver on a nightly basis, averaging about 24.5 points a game. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And John Wall, of course, having to fight back from that torn Achilles, but also is now having to play up to that super max contract he signed.
That one misses. And with Wall, no doubt he's a star guard. But with that contract, Greg, comes heavy expectations.
No doubt. And I'd like to see Wall become more proactive, really as a playmaker on offense in the near future. Depending on how he feels after the injuries, he might need to change his style just a bit.
Chris, of the guys you went against and played against, who would have benefited from today's style of play the most?
Oh, man, I got a few names. Billy Owens. Billy Owens, to me, was a guy like a Kevin Durant. He couldn't shoot like that, but he did everything on the floor for us there in Golden State. And I think in today, an open game for him where he could get going, oh, man, that would just be incredible. I also think of a guy like Detlef Schrempf. He could post up, he could pop and pick, he could shoot the ball deep, he could shoot off the dribble, finish on the break, whatever you wanted, he could give it to you that way. And I think for both guys, that size, that sweet spot, 6'7", 6'8", but played like a little bit of a guard, those two guys come to mind.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. And it seems like Jordan Clarkson may have found his niche, Greg, as instant offense coming off the bench.
A perfect fit for a scoring-minded combo guard. Clarkson able to create his own shot and comfortable pulling from all 3 levels.
Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. Mahimi's checked in for Mo Wagner. And it's Hachimura in for John Wall. And a switcher also for Utah. Williams Goss is checked in for Mitchell. The Wizards with another miss. Jazz trail by 5. For Utah, they have made 4 free throws from the line and missed 2.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
And with the summer's acquisition of Mike Conley, Greg, the Utah Jazz hoping to make a step in the West.
And really, Mike Conley, their best point guard since they traded away Darren Williams back in 2011. Alongside Bogdanovich, a big upgrade offensively, and he can hold his own on the defensive side as well.
There's the foul. It's on Mahimi. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The Jazz have shot 75% at the stripe, 6 of 8. And the first one at the line is good. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Well, it's a new front office in Washington, and Greg, they've got their work cut out for them.
John Wall's huge supermax contract as he deals with the Achilles injury. Tough questions to be answered about the direction they're going to take talent-wise.
Now, here's Bertans. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Jazz trail by 3. Passes it to Williams-Goss. Pass to Clarkson. Lets it go from 14. And he knocks down the jumper. Clarkson's got 5 points so far.
And this is where Clarkson can do a lot of damage. I mean, that in-between area.
There's the pass to Hachimura. Here is Mahimi. To the paint. Here's Beal. And it's Bradley with the rebound. And it's Bradley with the ball for the Jazz. They trail by 1. This their first look at this year's Washington squad.
And last season, they made short work of this club. 2 games, 2 wins.
Yeah, Greg, it makes sense. I mean, when you look at where they both finished, there's a reason one team was in the playoffs and the other one was on vacation.
For Washington, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. On the free throw, no good.
Well, Coach Scott Brooks has seen success in the past. Respected coach who has won Coach of the Year, but the heat is on in Washington.
Yeah, he hasn't had great luck here with the Wizards. I mean, new management this year might be evaluating him. I mean, he could be a make-or-break season for Brooks.
And out of bounds as the Wizards gain possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Wizards leading by 3. And here's Beal. 5 points in the game. Here's Bertans. Nice ball movement by Washington. It's stolen by Bradley. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Clarkson. Five to shoot. Here's Williams-Goss. He's covered by Beal. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, easy call.
The Jazz have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10. And the first one drops. Wizards making a switch here. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Smith right side. They grab their own miss.
And his coaches and teammates love that. They want Hachimura getting after it more on that offensive glass.
John Wall getting it done for Washington. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. It wasn't an immediate star turn for Mike Conley in the NBA. He talked about that journey.
the ups and downs of injuries and early on in my career not being able to be consistent enough to be considered a top guard in the league, and making myself work that much harder to get my game to a level where I feel that I can compete against anybody in the league. And that's what I'm most proud of, is just being able to withstand that.
Great work ethic is the key. Conley stayed at it.
And a player that's known for keeping his composure, that helps also. He weathered those early challenges and just stayed positive.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Wizards?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
No question. It's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
Smith is out there with Shabazz Napier. Then there's Ian Mahinmi. Then there's Bell. And it's Hachimura in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, coming into the 2017 draft, Donovan Mitchell wasn't sure he was ready for the NBA. Mitchell said, "I worked out in the summer with Paul George and Chris Paul, and they were the ones who convinced me to keep my name in the draft. They said, look, you're good enough. Just go out there and show it." And Kevin, through a couple of seasons in Utah, that's exactly what Mitchell has done.
He has made an instant impact on the NBA and the Jazz. DA, thank you. No good on that one. There are a lot of people that say, Chris, the European players are more fundamentally sound overall. Are they right?
Well, I think when you look at a guy like Doncic or Dirk or Porzingis,
Yes.
You're taking the best of the best and you're creating a whole field. So I can't say overall. I would say they've had some players that have come in and wowed us, and that's awesome. But also you have those guys going pro at the age of 13, 14, 15 years old, and so I think they may miss out on some of the other things that life has to offer, like a normal high school experience, those type of things. But I tell you what, it's a copycat league and it's a copycat game, and so once you see players that are 7 foot coming over, shooting, passing, dribbling, I think you could say guys like Kevin Durant and others, I think you can say they're pretty sound overall. So I don't buy into that theory, but I do think for a lot of Europeans, being a professional early helps you transition into the NBA a little bit better maybe than guys coming out of college off of 1 year.
I would agree. Bell. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And when you think of Jordan Bell, you think of do-it-all big man.
Specifically how strong he is on defense. Great timing for blocking shots, good hands, and can guard anybody out on the floor. Can finish plays as well when moving at the hoop.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls.
And so many issues for this Wizards team the last few seasons have been due to a lack of an inside presence.
Yeah, inside scoring has been a problem, GA. I mean, they've had to lean heavily on outside shooting. Also, though, they've been struggling with rebounding.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Bogdanovich is checked in for Clarkson, and Mike Conley is subbed in for Moutier. Second free throw, no good.
What's attractive about Bell is that he's kind of like a Swiss Army knife, Kevin, if you know what I mean. His versatility is something teams value tremendously.
Smith drawn the double team, intercepted. That one goes in.
I like to see the ball moving in transition like that. I mean, when teammates out in front, get them to rock.
Right wing. Here's Napier. Rebounded by the Jazz.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Williams-Goss misses.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Inside. It's stolen by Bradley. And now Utah, fast break. Bogdanovich wide open. No good with the triple. Wizards leading by 6.
I appreciate the aggression, but that's already his second foul. He's got to play it a little safer now.
The Wizards making a switch here. Ryan's checked in. Davis is checked in for the Jazz. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Smith left side for 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Smith's got 5 points so far.
And this is the one area Smith must continue to work on. I love seeing him knock down the 3 ball, expanding his range.
Conley finds Davis. Back to Conley. Shot clock at 6. Releases. Another shot. It's not going to go for him. And Washington the other way now. Here's Napier. That's in, coming off an assist from Bryant. And now an 11-point Washington lead.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
So it's the Jazz now. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Davis. Count it. His second make in 4 attempts.
I love Bogdanovich's ability to put the team first. When he sees one of his guys open, he's a willing ball mover.
Hachimura the pass to Bryant. Shoots over Bradley. Smith outside. Shot clock at 5. The Wizards need to get a shot off here. And it's Napier missing.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
And here's Bogdanovich for 3. Utah the rebound. And it's blocked.
And that's a welcome sign for sure. Hachimura demonstrating a willingness to want to improve as a defender.
No hesitation to get it to the rim. He uses his height advantage to convert the easy one.
Jazz trail by 11. Conley surveying the D. Finally gets one to fall. He's now 1 for 5 with his first make.
Oh, I love the intensity Conley plays with. It's what allows him to overcome aggressive defense like that right there.
Pass to Hachimura. Here's Napier. Just 5 on the clock. And Bryant wide open. He shoots. Rebound, Utah.
Oh, that's one of the few times they'll get away with leaving him that wide open.
Wasted no time on that one. Bogdanovich has got himself on the board with 3 there.
Yeah, and I'm a fan of that guy when he's shooting it from deep. Bogdanovich looks good every time it leaves his hands.
Here's Hachimura. 6 points for him. Bradley against Bryant. Smith's shot is good.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Jazz. Chris, we talk about perimeter scoring becoming more prevalent. The biggest shift coming from bigs, shooting more 3.
Yeah, they are now counted upon to space the floor. And the better you can shoot, the better you can space the floor. And then more importantly, if you can knock down that 3, you become a triple threat because now you can shoot there, maybe you can dribble and get by, or because of your height, you see different passing lanes and you can be a better passer, getting your teammates involved, and they like that spacing as well.
And there's Gobert putting it right back in. And that's a double-double for him now. 10 points and 10 rebounds.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Ryan against Gobert. Napier dishes the Wall. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Donovan Mitchell.
Speed, the precision of Wall. It's just electrifying. Exceptional at knifing into the D and forcing them to foul him.
This is his second trip to the free throw line.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
And he knocks down the first one.
Give Wall credit. I mean, he's fought through the knee injuries, an elite difference maker out there on the floor.
That misses, so he splits the free throws. And it's Mitchell with the ball for the Utah Jazz. 7-point differential. Bogdanovich finds Conley. Wall with the steal. By himself, and the slam dunk by Wall.
Look how active Wall is, especially on defense. He's constantly on the prowl.
Utah has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Conley, the pass to Mitchell. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. No good on the layup. Washington leading now by 9. And Wall. Here we go now. Here's Bryant. Doesn't go for him. Gobert with the defensive effort. Now Mitchell. Pass to Conley. Back to Mitchell. Here's the three. And the three ball is good. Mitchell's got 7 points.
I love the awareness. Conley is adept at reading the defense and realizing when his guys are in cover.
And the pass to Hachimura. Now here's Napier. Covered by Conley. Good, nice play there from Napier.
And the instincts there from Hachimura. Notice the overcommitment by the defense and then makes the right pass.
Jazz trail by 8. Conley with it. He's been playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. Mitchell kicks to Conley. Pass to Bogdanovich. Here's Gobert. 6 to shoot. Feeds it to Davis. And he drops it in from the low post. Davis has got 4 points in the quarter.
Second chance points have really been an issue here defensively.
Outside, Wall. To the inside, Hachimura.
I love that pass. Wall is a classic point guard who makes everyone around him better. When he's missed time, his teams have always suffered.
And Utah has possession. Trailing here by 8. Outside Conley. Mitchell outside. The dish to Davis. Shot clock at 6. Unloads from 13. And there's another one for the Jazz.
Oh, tricky at navigating his way around the defense. Conley's floor sensibilities are very impressive.
Wall against Mitchell. Passes it to Hachimura. Wall looking it over. Over Mitchell. Wall, no luck.
And smothered him on that mid-range attempt.
Well, that's how you play it. He does a good job of getting into the shooter's airspace.
Gobert in the corner. Davis against Bell. And it's blocked by Conley, and they'll keep possession. Jazz trail by 6. Here's Bogdanovich. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Continuing to show activity on the offensive glass. Second chance buckets have been huge.
Washington calls timeout, and over the course of his career, Mike Conley taking on more and more of the leadership mantle.
He's embraced it, Kevin, and he said letting his hair down was a way of letting go and just being confident in himself.
So for the Wizards, Wagner, he's checked in for Bryant. Bertanis comes in for Jordan Bell. And Beal subbed in for Shabazz Napier. The Jazz also changing it up. George Niang, he's checked in for Davis. Jordan Clarkson comes in for Bogdanovich. And Emmanuel Mudiay subbed in for Mike Conley. Now, here's Bertans. And that one's drained from the low block. Bertans got 6.
Well, it's all about the assist on that play. He puts it in the perfect spot.
Jazz trail by 6. Now here's Mudiay. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Jacks up a 3. And so the ball out of bounds. Gobert touched it last. Here's a look at what's coming up for Washington. On Wednesday, they'll begin a road trip starting in Chicago against the Bulls. Then on Friday, they'll take on Marc Gasol and the Toronto Raptors.
And, you know, nobody loves playing on the road, but it does offer a good chance to see exactly what your team is made of. This team is going to find out a lot about itself over the next stretch of games. Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
Now here's Wall. A 32-point game for him in the win against Atlanta.
While he was doing that, I mean, dropping buckets. He was keeping everybody else involved, too. I mean, he had a tremendous night facilitating. And he hasn't been able to do much damage outside the three-point line. Just one triple for him in the game, and that was back in the first quarter.
Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. He's got 16.
And tonight, they can't tie Wall down. I mean, found his rhythm, and he's been riding that wave of momentum ever since.
Jazz trail by 6. Mitchell passes to Niang. The drive by... Oh, wow!
Nice!
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. Free throw drops for Mitchell.
And he just seemed to have a little more fire in the first quarter than he has in this one. And it showed in all the trips he made to the free throw line. Those have dried up.
Now here's Wall. 16 points for him. Outside for Beal. Here's Bertanis. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And look now at a few years worth of data. Some of the assist numbers under the microscope for Wall.
And the trend that he's going through with his assist numbers dropping over the past few years isn't a good one. I don't want to say he's become a more selfish player because that's too harsh, but he's become a little too concerned about finding his own shot rather than creating for his teammates. He may want to rethink that.
And he makes the first. He's perfect from the line this time.
Oh, he's such a good free throw shooter. I mean, it frees him up to be as aggressive as he wants in the post.
Mudiay kicks to Mitchell. Here's the teardrop, and he gets it to go. Mitchell's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Wall passes to Bertans. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Wall's got 3 assists in the game. We've got 28 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
One of the things Clarkson does best is converting off the dribble drive.
Here's Wagner. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got 14 rebounds tonight, going after. He'll take his third and fourth free throw shots of the game right here.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
That free throw missing. He hits the second from the line. We've got 13 seconds left to play here in the half. Smith kicks to Wall. It's stolen by Moutier. And no one near Clarkson as he lets it go. He nails it, and we're tied up. Clarkson's got 6 points in the quarter. Tie game in Washington. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. With Coach Quinn Snyder, Quinn, what has to happen in the second half?
Well, we got to keep getting stops and really just make plays. Make plays on the offensive end and be solid defensively. No magic.
It's a pretty simple game, right, Coach? Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. It is bedlam here. The hometown crowd loving that first half. I'm Ernie Johnson along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. It was a great half of basketball from John Wall. He had 16 points, 3 assists, and 2 blocks. Coming off a great performance last game, tonight he looked like he had that same aggressive mindset. And taking a look at the Wizards, Shaq, what'd you think?
I love it. You know why I love it, Ernie? Because they're getting the ball inside and converting. Not just sitting back behind the line shooting threes. See, that's kept the defense scrambling a little bit, unable to lock in on anything. Get it in, we'll kick it back out, then you shoot it.
And Kenny, let's get your input on the Jazz.
Well, their success was largely about second chance points. They crashed the offensive boards heavy in the first half. I love how they fight for every 50-50 ball like it's the last ball on earth.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. An exceptional performance from John Wall.
As impressive as the block totals are from him early on, they don't even tell the whole story. He's changed countless others.
Yeah, Jay, the blocks are impressive, no doubt, but his intimidation factor actually prevents certain shots from ever being taken at all.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Checking out the group for Quinn Snyder to start the second half. Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. Bogdanovich out there with Davis, and it's Gobert in at the 5, roaming the paint.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
Excellent D, avoiding fouling and got in the perfect position to alter the shot.
No one near Conley as he lets it go. That's in there. Davis with the assist.
They needed that. I mean, they were getting a little tense after starting the half 0 for 3.
Conley against Smith. Down low. Here's Wall. And Bryant kicks to Smith. Back to Bryant. Clock at 6. Over Gobert. The shot's good from Bryant. Bryant's got it all tied up now for the Wizards. Second half just getting started. About a minute played. Here's Conley. Bryant with the rebound. Bryant's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
Still plenty of time for him to contribute in this game, but it's a tough stretch he's going through.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And C-Web, when Ish Smith goes to the rim, he is so deceptive. You just don't know where he'll go.
Yeah, Kevin, and sometimes I feel that Smith doesn't even know where he's going. But he's a crafty player that keeps defenders off balance with his change of speed. He gets the job done.
First free throw is good.
Well, Ish has made a lot of stops along his way in his NBA career, but it's a credit to his fortitude that he continues to work and, more importantly, improve every year.
Smith hits them both. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Outside Conley. Bogdanovich against Beal. Here's Gobert. That's good. He's 5 for 9.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Smith feeling it out a bit. Pass to Wagner. Over Davis. A putback, and Davis pulls it down. It's Gobert with the ball for the Utah Jazz. Right side, Conley. To the wing right side.
Oh, I love that activity from Smith, using all his speed and length to contest that shot.
Beal, the pass to Smith. Baseline jumper. Utah with the rebound. Gobert's got his 16th rebound on the night. Bogdanovich, that's for 2, and some very quick points for him on that possession. Bogdanovich has got the lead up to 2 now for the Jazz. Wizards have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. And Wall kicks to Smith. Back to Wall. And Wall with the slam.
Look, when Wall is aggressively taking it to the rack like that, it doesn't matter what D you throw at him.
And here is Mitchell. 12 points for him. Dishes to Davis. Back to Mitchell. Outside, Davis. 5 on the clock. Here's Conley, and it's been a while, but he finally gets one to go. Conley's got 8 points.
Far from just a perimeter threat. I like watching Conley go to work with the basket.
Wall passes to Wagner. Over Davis. Wagner, good.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
The Jazz have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Conley kicks to Mitchell. High post, Gobert working on Bryant. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Williams-Goss is checked in for Donovan Mitchell. And Gobert drops them both. The Wizards have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Conley against Smith. Shot, high post. Beal can't get it to go. Utah leading. Bogdanovich looking around. Back to Conley. And there's the pass to Gobert. 6 on the shot clock. From deep. Conley's shot is off.
He'll breathe a big sigh of relief if they hang on to win this game. He's not done much to contribute tonight.
Lets it go from 11, and that one is good from Bradley Beal. Beal's got the game tied up here for the Wizards. Utah has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Conley, the pass to Davis. Conley against Smith. 14 feet away. The feed to Davis. The shot from the low post is good. Davis has got 10 points in the game.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
To the middle. Here's Wall. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert.
How about that amazing focus from Wall? Even when the D was roughing him up, he was still attacking the basket, keeping his eyes up.
Jordan Bell's checked in for Washington. Napier comes in for Ish Smith. And they now lead as the free throw drops for him. And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for the Utah Jazz. Outside, Davis. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense.
One shot.
And the technical free throw is good. Here is Conley. 8 points for him. Over Napier. Davis. And Davis throws it down. Third quarter here and 5 lead changes so far.
And guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
Over in the corner, Conley. Pass to Gobert. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Clearly a foul.
Greg, some folks suspected Conley might be moved when Memphis had a shot at drafting John Morant. Right before the draft, that deal took place.
I tell you what, he looks to be a great fit in Utah. Can be that third star the team needs to push them to the next level. Utah had to give up a fair sum to get him, but it was worth the risk.
Davis Bertans checks in for the Wizards.
More than just an inside scorer, Bell is definitely capable of stretching his range a little bit.
Conley, the pass to Gobert. Here's Williams-Goss. 5 points in the game. Back to Gobert. Just 5 to shoot. Whoa, with a block. They recover it, and they get it back. Nice shot by Gobert.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising it's such a tight game.
Beal, the pass to Bertans. Kicks it to Napier. There's Beal with the 3. Shot clock reset for Washington. Here's Bertanis. Over Gobert, and the shot is good. The Utah lead has been cut down to 1 on the bucket from Bertanis.
That's just the product of good pass work. I mean, nice team basketball right there.
The Jazz have gone 7 for 16 in the second half from the field, shooting a bit under 50%. And the Jazz call time here. Hachimura, he's checked in for Beal. Then for the Jazz, George Niang, he's checked in for Davis. And it's Moutier in for Mike Conley. Here's Clarkson. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
A solid, versatile player. We'll see if Clarkson has hit his ceiling a little bit or if he continues to make big improvements.
Now here's Wall. Defense right on him. And the shot goes in. Bertan's got 14.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
And the Jazz with possession here. They lead by 1. Moutier passes to Williams-Goss. Now Clarkson covered by Wall. Now Gobert. 18 points for him. Passes it to Bell. Gobert with the block. And the foul on Jordan Bell. That is his first foul of the game. Utah has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Clarkson on the wing. The 3. The basket good off the assist from Moutier. He's got 16.
You know Clarkson loves to drive, but he's also improving from distance.
Now here's Napier, defended by Moutier. Napier passes to Wall. Here's Hachimura. Bell trying to break loose. And with that, the Jazz lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Hachimura.
You have to push Hachimura out of there if you're the defense. He's a real problem on the interior.
Here's Moutier. The teardrop falls in.
That's just great touch. The teardrop, well, that's all about feel.
Wall attacking. No good from Bell.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim.
Here's Williams-Goss. He has 5. At the top of the key, Gobert. He kicks it to Moutier. Inside, here's Clarkson. Good on the 13-footer. Clarkson's got the lead up to 4 now for Utah.
This system is set up perfectly for him today. I mean, it's allowing him to find a lot of good shots.
Shoots it up. Bertans can't get it to go. The free throw drops for Gobert.
And right now at about 85% from the line, that's up from where it was in that first half.
Mahinmi's checked in for Jordan Bell. Bogdanovich is checked in for the Jazz. And Gobert drops them both.
Yeah, and their free throw shooting has really improved here in the second half.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over.
Definitely not pleased with their rebounding at the defensive end. The number of putbacks they've allowed has been terrible. I'm sure that's what he's going to address during this timeout.
With the All-Star game almost here, let's see how the West is shaping up. You look at the Jazz, they're having a solid season. 5th in the conference and looking to move up.
And I think for the Jazz, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
Well, it's possible we haven't seen them at their best yet. They've shown they can play with any team in the league. Now they need to do it every night, not just some nights.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Now a chance to check out the top NBA block leaders. Rudy Gobert, number 1.
What an intimidator he is in the paint. I mean, he's shot to the top of that leaderboard, and nobody feels comfortable putting a shot up around him right now.
And that one falls for John Wall.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
And so John Wall nails both of them. Utah leading by 4. Moutier with the ball. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. Here's Wall, and Wall with the slam.
How about the physicality from Wall on that finish? I mean, he was on a mission to score.
Utah has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Now here's Moutier. Another miss by Utah.
He's lucky his teammates have picked up the slack for him. I mean, his shooting has been horrific.
That ties it up. Napier's got 6 points.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Moutier looking around. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And still trying to find his footing in the league. Moutier must show improvement in his shooting moving forward.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And he is a cool customer at the line, guys. You've got to be when you're shooting 84% on the season.
First free throw is good. Smith checked in for Washington. And Utah with a change here, too. Donovan Mitchell's checked in for Williams-Goss. Both free throws good from Moutier. Washington trailing. 1:24 left in the third quarter. To the paint. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Gobert. Here's Clarkson. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
This is what Clarkson is capable of. Certain nights where he carries you with his scoring.
And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for the Wizards. When this game is done, they'll be off to Chicago as they take on the Bulls. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for him. Wall draws the double. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Donovan Mitchell.
And you can see what makes Hachimura a tough cover. He can beat you with finesse, and also he can bring the hard hat.
And out of Japan, a real interesting prospect. Hachimura, especially now that he can stretch the floor.
Yeah, he found the 3-ball in his last year of college, hitting over 40%. You combine that with the size, the motor, he is really versatile, and I feel like he's putting it all together.
That one is off.
And although he started playing the game later in life, Hachimura has picked it up well, and exciting young player to watch.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Now, here's Clarkson. He's got 20. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And Going to the free throw line would be Clarkston. Confident move there.
It's his first trip to the line.
And his average at the line stands at about 79% right now. So solid numbers in that department.
Shoot two.
And he knocks down the first one.
Former first-team All-Rookie after being picked in the second round. Clarkston, a draft day steal.
Both shots good from the stripe.
Oh, not many players with the more steady hand at the free throw line than this fellow.
Smith against Moutier. Smith kicks to Mahimi. Over Gobert. No good off the back of the rim. And that's a foul called on Davis Bertans. That will get him his fourth foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we'll head to the line for two.
Oh, no, he's the last guy you want to put on the line. You can just about book the points every time he steps up there.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Wizards trail by 7. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Right side Wall. Pass to Mahimi. It's stolen by Moutier.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Yeah, no need to give the ball back here. You want to close this quarter with momentum.
Agile play to get his hand in there and get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break. Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Oh, it's simple. When you fail to put a body on someone, you're inviting a breakdown on the defensive glass.
And so it's Utah heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They've had active hands and have forced a lot of turnovers in this one. Back to the action after this word. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, it's also called making a good read, understanding where everyone is and taking full advantage. Fantastic.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. So on the floor for Washington. In and forward, it's Hachimura and Bertans. Smith is out there with Wall, and it's Mahimi in at the center, locking down the middle.
Look at the muscle from Wall, willing to draw some contact.
And here's Moutier. Inside. And Gobert with the basket on the assist for Moutier. 22 points for Rudy Gobert. Wizards trail by 7. Outside, Wall. The pass to Bertans. Pass to Hachimura. Clock at 6. Gobert with the defensive effort.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Wizards have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. Ball passes to Bertans. Over Bogdanovich. Out of bounds. Wizards ball as Washington keeps possession. Washington making some changes. Ryan is checked in for Mahinmi. Mo Wagner comes in for Bertans, and Beal subbed in for Hachimura. And Utah also making a switch. Davis is checked in. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Mitchell. No one near Moutier as he lets it go. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Left side, Bryant. Here's Wagner, and that's off the glass and in. So it's Utah now. Moutier passes to Gobert. Mitchell looking it over. He dishes it to Moutier. Shot clock at 5. Passes to Davis. Over Smith. And Davis can't get it to go.
Fantastic positioning there to contest that one.
Oh, textbook defense. I mean, it took a good angle to the shooter and bothered the release.
Utah leading by 7. Moutier dishes to Mitchell. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th quarter. Shoots off the step back. Goes back up. And Davis lays it in. And the Jazz lead by 9.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Count that one. For Utah, they've gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the 4th quarter. Pass to Gobert. Back to Moutier. Six to shoot. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Moutier's got the lead up to 9 now for the Jazz.
The switch flipped for him at halftime. Not a single point in the first half. All of a sudden, he's come alive.
Here's Beal. Now the pass to Wagner. Back to Beal. Smith for 3. Utah with the rebound. Here's Bogdanovich. Down low. Here's Davis. Tries again. And he sinks the layup.
Yeah, second chance points again. A huge problem for this team.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
From the left block. Bryant passes to Wagner. Off on the layup.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
And so Gobert will bring it up for the Jazz. Bogdanovich, that's for 2. Gets an open look and hits. And the Jazz lead by 13.
And after a first half in which their offense shot under 40%, they've got the lead, and they should count themselves to be lucky.
Now here's Bryant. It's stolen by Gobert. In transition, here come the Jazz. And Bogdanovich, the bucket on the assist by Gobert. Gobert's got 6 assists now in the game. One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent passing.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
Bryant finds the open look, and it's on target. And it's Utah's ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Moutier against Smith. Davis kicks to Moutier. 5 to shoot. From deep three-point range. Good work defensively by Smith.
He hasn't chipped in with many points tonight. The good thing he has the guys around him to carry the weight.
And at times, Chris, reporters have talked about a rift between Beal and Wall. But you know what? Beal has nothing but great things to say about his backcourt mate.
Yeah, Kevin, Bill has said himself that he believes a lot of his success is due to Wall. Bill's production with Wall sideline flourished. But Bill would much prefer to have Wall by his side.
First free throw is good.
And this is one of the things they need to keep doing in the second half to get this win. Keep knocking down those free throws. They've been sensational here at the line.
The Jazz making a switch here. Conley's checked in. And both free throws good for Beal.
Wow, a phenomenal talent. When you think about the competitive flair Bill plays with, it's just awesome.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ish Smith. And that'll be his third foul so far. One negotiating concession the league wants from the Players Union. Prospect attendance, Chris, at the draft combine and team-wide access to player physicals.
Well, this is a tough one because I don't think that a team that is not interested in you should have your physical. And we all know that information is shared, and so it should be genuine in the teams that are truly interested. And so I understand agents holding back on that. Medical information is something very serious that just because you have an opportunity to be drafted, your information shouldn't be spread all across the world just because you're at a combine. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out, but basically you just want a level playing field for everyone. And if we have that, it'll be better for everyone.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
And he rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Bryant's shot is good.
Perfect approach for what the D was showing on that possession.
Here is Conley. Kicks to Bogdanovich. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got 5 assists in the game. Wizards trail by 16. Now Smith. Beal with it. Here's Wagner. Just 4 to shoot. Launches a 3, and Beal is good for 3.
What a baller this guy is. I love watching Bill come right back with the payback triple.
Now here's Conley. There's the dish to Mitchell. From 13, and good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. And the Jazz lead by 15. Washington has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Wall passes to Smith. Now here's Beal. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Now, Bill's jump shot is so nice that his pump fake is tough to stay down on.
And he can't get the first one. Good on the second free throw. Jazz leading by 14. That's tipped. It's stolen by Smith. And Wall gets it to go in on the assist by Smith. 29 points for John Wall.
He's been fantastic, but he can't do it all by himself. Some of the other guys need to lighten the load and step up.
The Jazz shooting a respectable 47% from the field in this one. Conley dishes to Mitchell. Banked in off the glass. Mitchell's got 20 points.
They're not playing defense with anywhere near the passion they showed in the first half. There's been a big-time drop-off.
To the wing on the left. Wall passes to Wagner. Over Mitchell. And the shot is good. The Utah lead has been cut down now to just 12 on the basket from Wagner.
Now, that's terrific pass work from Wall right there. And that's the kind of thing that puts him in the conversation about the league's best point guards.
Now here's Gobert. Here's Mitchell. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
He's made the most of the halftime break. He shook off the problems he had in the first half, and he started to settle in.
Wizards making a switch here. Berton is checked in. Free throw dropped for Mitchell. Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over.
And the talk in their huddle is going to be about taking care of the basketball. I mean, their turnover numbers are terrible.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Rudy Gobert.
And he's provided them with a major mismatch on that low block tonight. That they've been able to lean on his scoring in the paint. And if nothing else has worked, he's given them a reliable option on every possession.
And as the star of this team, he knows he's going to be the object of the crowd's anger. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
I was able to listen in on what Scott Brooks had to say to his team. He is not pleased, and he told them they have to make a push right now. He said, look, we got to make a move, or I've got to pull the plug. Pretty blunt stuff, Kevin. Back to you.
Now, here's Mitchell, following the miss by John Wall. 9 feet out, and it's Mitchell missing.
Nice interior defense. Can't give him any space inside or he'll burn you.
Oh, and the dunk by Beal.
You got to love how high Beal gets. He's terrific at ramming it in on alley-oop.
Here's Mitchell. Bertans grabs the board. Bertans got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Wall. Count it. Good. Wall's got 6 here in this quarter.
You got to push Wall out of the paint. I mean, he's got the explosiveness to wreak havoc in there.
So it's Utah now. At one point, they led by 16. Wall against Mitchell. Floats one up. Gobert, rebounded by the Wizards. Bryant's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. And Wall, here we go now, gets it down to single digits.
Such skill and focus close to the rim. Wall willing to take on anyone.
Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for Utah. And that one falls for Wall. 1:32 left to play here in the fourth. Smith against Conley. Out to the right wing. And Gobert kicks to Clarkson. Shot clock at 6. And here's Bogdanovich for 3. Rebound by Smith. Wizards trail by 8. Outside, Beal. Pass to Bertans. Lets it go with the 3. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Utah's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Here's Conley. Solid play on the low block, and that one's good.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Showing remarkable poise and focus throughout the game. A sustained effort across the board.
Now here is Smith. There's Beal with the three. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time.
And he's embracing his role as a leader. Bill knows his team depends on him to score like this.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Tries it from 9. They get it again. And slam dunk by Gobert.
And when he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. And the defense has to be aware of this. When you don't put a body on him, you pay the consequences.
Stolen by Conley. So we see the Jazz get the win here. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Mike, when you look at how the team's been playing the last few games, are you happy with the way things are going?
Yeah, you know, I think we're playing very well. I think we're finally getting the chemistry that we want, and everybody's just playing hard right now.
Always a team effort here. Congrats on the win. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.